All right, I think we are live. I think we're live. Cool. Good morning, everyone. Crazy week. And let's just start with the whole market cap of crypto. I think starting yesterday, we had a pretty big crash, the biggest of which was Luna. Oh, wait, one second. Let me pop this chat out just in case I miss one of your comments. Okay. So right now the whole entire market cap is about $1.5 trillion dollars, with Bitcoin at almost 600 billion. Right now it's hanging out around the 30,000-ish range, and Ethereum is around 2,300. Um, Yesterday I think it got as low as about the same. It's about the same. But yeah, so we've we've tumbled down from 2,900 all the way to 2,200. Good morning or evening, Phil. Yes, everything is crashing. I think we can actually see bigger crash. Um, because this is, I mean, it's big, but I feel like I've seen bigger crashes. How are you doing today, Phil? There's so much that happened this week. I feel like that's every week. Literally just canceled my Netflix. This is way more interesting. Oh, let me put on my earphones so you can hear me better. And come on. Cool. Okay. So let's see real quick. Bitcoin USD. That works. Yeah, crypto Twitter is so entertaining. Um, Maybe a little too entertaining. So yeah, it looks like we kind of have some support right here around the 28. So maybe if it keeps dipping, we could go. It went as low as 29,000. What? Yesterday, today, but there's a little bit of support here, and if not, then I don't have the line drawn, but I was watching Benjamin Cohen, and he had this line drawn like going this way, and I think he said around 18,000 was kind of probable if we really, really crashed. I mean, this is like a huge crash right here, right? But also look at how much we freaking rallied since end of 2020. This is insane. This is when all the money printing happened. Um, this just looks sideways if you zoom out far enough. So maybe a good time to start DCAing or dollar cost averaging if you have extra capital to buy solid projects, obviously. But yeah, so that's that. Yesterday, the biggest news was Terra. This this is a project that dropped like 50%. What up, Dikenza? Yes, so the brutal market alpha today is that Terra was a shitcoin. Um, and I guess it validates the people that were saying it all along. Look at this. It went from almost $100 and tanked to like $27 yesterday because its stablecoin UST depegged for like over 18 hours. Let's see what it's at right now. So now it's still not back up there, and I think I saw that the Luna Foundation was trying to move its Bitcoin to do an OTC change to, try and save themselves, essentially, like save the whole Terra Luna ecosystem. But this is like at this point, it went to 66 cents for a dollar. That's crazy. This is the biggest depeg ever. Look at this. And it's not the first time that it's depegged before. It's depegged to 96 cents here and then 94 cents here. So, and then a few other little depegs here as well. But the major thing about this one is that it's still not pegged. Usually depegs happen for just, a little while and they recorrect itself. But this one is like completely out of balance. So I hope you guys don't have Luna. Um, and I hope you also don't have UST. The other one that's also supposed to be a time bomb is Tether. I don't know if you guys heard much about Tether, but people are saying that this one doesn't really have much to back it, and so kind of a ticking bomb there. I feel like the only, stable coin that I really would trust personally is USD coin. Like USDC is probably the only one I would do. I mean, we're in huge trouble if this thing tanks, because this thing is $83 billion. That's like almost double what USDC is. Um, so hopefully it doesn't tank, but anything can happen. And that's crazy. This thing is still $16 billion, even though it's completely still tanked. Um, but yeah, okay. So that's the coin part. Let's go to the fun part, the NFT part. So this one is, let's look at the total NFT trades. This one is the NFT market overview. OpenSea volume dominance is only 65% going down. Top trending NFTs, I think these are still because they're being wash traded. Yeah, did you listen to the Azuki Spaces? I guess I should just go to that right now. But um, the Azuki Spaces is kind of insane. So all we have to do is just scroll through, really. So everyone's on my feed anyways, right? Like the people I follow, they're mostly having a pretty bad reaction to the whole space. And what happened was Zagabond, the Anon team member of Azuki, wrote this post yesterday talking about how he essentially was part of the team that did Funks, Zunks, and Tendies, three projects which are, regarded as being rugged because the devs have supposedly left the project. There's been no communications. They took the funds and I'm guessing used it to start Azuki. And none of that was disclosed until yesterday. And so my first question was, why now? Like, what made you come forward now? And they asked that question on Spaces, kind of. And we didn't really get much of an answer. All he said was, yeah, we've been wanting to, disclose this for a while, and it had to recently be accelerated. Um, and, a lot of people are not satisfied with any of his answers. He was talking a lot and not saying much. Um, and it's probably the biggest spaces I've ever seen on Twitter. It's literally like last I checked was over 11,000 people. I was listening for probably like 20 minutes, and that's why I started this a little late. But yeah, that's why after a while you listen to his answers and they don't really say anything and you're just like the spaces doesn't really tell me much, He's not really responding directly to these rugs that he's being accused of. So I think I'm going to wait for the Zach XBT thread because he's definitely going to do a deep dive on this and come out with all the screenshots and probably trace all of the wallets and look at where the funds went, follow the money. Um, what up, Metal Bum? Hey, I think you're new, but welcome. UST will be okay? Well, yeah, I hope so because it is a huge market cap. And I hope when you say you're buying cats, you mean cool cats, because I am financially invested in a cool cat. Okay. Yeah. And also, some people are pointing out that the host of the space, Andrew, is financially invested in Azuki, and that maybe a neutral host should have done the spaces. So let's look at Azuki. Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, if you want to get in, now would be a great entry. Azuki is tanking to 10, you guys. This was at 15 when spaces started. It actually went to 10 yesterday. Um, Yeah, Hop Protocol, they did an airdrop. I was not, my wallets were not qualified. Polytweet. Oh, here comes the first stocks of Azuki. So the other team member is supposed to be the Overwatch art director. So I don't understand why the rest of the team isn't saying anything. What's the guy's name? Like, Scoopy? Scoop? No. Overwatch art director. Do you guys know his handle? Yeah, and he was actually one of the main reasons that I was really interested in the project was because I'm like, okay, this guy, comes from a proven Web2 company. He's got the ethics. He's, executed, has a track record, not just some teenager doing a NFT project in between classes. Um, so I don't know. They might be trying to distance themselves right now and may later come out saying, we've moved on from the team. And if that's the case, then I think that would really be like a death blow to Azuki. Oh, Steam Boy. Steam Boy. Yes. Um, yeah. And he's been very quiet. See, Arnold Tang, co-creator of Azuki, former character art director for Overwatch, and the last tweet that he just retweeted the beams May 5th, and nothing else since then. So your guess is good as mine. I th I think this could dip to like, I don't know, 60th, 70th. So let's go back to Jim and just look at every win, every single project. So last 24 hours, Suzuki now is at 11, probably 8 soon. Other Deed, also bad. It's at 2.99. Bored Ape Yacht Club is at 100. Mutants are at 21. It's crazy. They were at like, weren't they at like 40 just a week ago? Beans are at 1.5. And that's really sad to see because I remember thinking that this project, when they first did the airdrop, was really strong because everyone that held Mizuki got 2. And it seemed like nobody took profit because the floor was like 5 forever. And this is the first time I'm seeing such a huge change in the beans prices. Moonbirds are at 26.4. Clone Takashi Murakami is at 15.3. Doodles is pumping because they're supposed to have an announcement soon, or they had an announcement already, so they're having an airdrop soon. And I also saw somebody tweet about Doodles founder Poopy basically, going through and buying up his own project, buying up Doodles before the announcement, knowing that it's going to pump. And if that's true, no me gusta. I do not like that shit. Because the same allegations were said for Murakami flowers. And the thing is, like, it looks bad. It's really bad ethics to be buying up your own projects, especially rares and stuff, which is what Murakami supposedly did. He went and, like, sniped his own rares before all the metadata had completely revealed. And so, terrible look. And they didn't even try to hide it. They, like, with Murakami, it was his verified Murakami with his account, like wallet. And then with Doodles, it was the verified poopy account. It's like, are you serious? Like, you realize this is all on the blockchain. We can see you buying up nice doodles before you post an announcement that's going to pump doodles. But that's the state of the space right now. Um, I hope not. Well, I mean, okay, maybe a little bit. Like, I just want minimal regulation because I still like the thesis of Web3, being decentralized and all that stuff, even though most people don't care about decentralization because they just want customer service and, refunds. Um, so the reason for Dickens, I think, um, when you're saying is it that much of a deal that he did some projects that didn't go anywhere, that was my initial reaction. I'm like, it's okay to fail, right? Like as a founder and doing startups and stuff, no one really in Web 2 expects you to succeed on your first startup. Usually the story's like, I did this and this and this and I failed all of them and now I'm successful today with this. But looking deeper into all of the information coming up, it seems like he cut communications from the project, even though in his post he's like, I handed the project to the community, but it seems more like he cut off communications. He pretended to be a woman, I think during the time when the narrative was support women-led projects, and I think he did it to take advantage of that narrative and also like real women-led projects. And then the fact that he used the funds to tornado cash them to himself and then wash trade like 300 ETH or something, basically like taking all the funds from this dead projects and, you know, starting something new with a whole new identity again, with zero disclosure. I think that's where the big deal is. So moving forward, like doxed teams would be great if that could be part of the standard. But it's tough. So yeah, so like if you go through all of the different tweets and watch out for Zach XBT's tweet when it comes out because he's like known as the detective, like the rug detective. What's up, Yoon? Only if you are confident this guy's not a rugger. Um, I thought that too yesterday. I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this Azuki dip, and then I went through and looked at all the screenshots of, his previous project community being like, he rugged us, he stopped communicating, he took our money, and then listening to him talk on Spaces, where he's just kind of backpedaling and beating around the bush. I don't know anymore. One of your friends works for the team. Ooh, give us the DL on that. How's that? Like, who actually runs the team? Is it Zagabond? Is it that Overwatch guy, Steam Boy? What's the DL, Yoon? Thanks, Metal. Um, you can buy Proof. Proof is on discount. It's at 89.9. Ragnarok is still 2.5, which is pretty high. I'd be interested, what your friend says about the team. Look, I'm sure that you can be a nice person. She asked regarding whitelist giveaway, and we've been mainly talking in real. Oh, yeah, like, look, maybe he's fun to work with, but if all these allegations are true, it doesn't cancel that out, you know? Sometimes, like, the most charming people are still, like, the shadiest, you know what I mean? But anyways, um, I wonder who's gonna take over the anime niche if Izuki does kind of just like tank. Like I wonder if it'll be Capsule House because they've been underdog and building for a while now, um, and they're doxed, or if it'll be one of the 100 other anime type of collections. Where was that? Oh yeah. So Bored Apes are at 7, or sorry, Kennel Club is at 7.7. I might get one if it goes to like 4. Um, Artifact Monolith is 6. Meebits 5.82. Meebits is having a hard time. They've been around like 4 to 7, I want to say all year. Hashflow 0.005. Did you guys do the ENS hype? There was like a huge hype going on. I think I talked about it in my previous videos, but everyone was buying up like 1 to 5 digit ENS names. And I feel like that bubble might be popping. This one was really hyped by a lot of influencers. They minted, I think, 0.1-ish. So in this kind of market, 0.168. Cool Cats is back at 4. If this dips again, I might have to get another one. Mirakami Flowers. Imaginary ones are, I think these are still unrevealed. Yeah, I have no idea when these reveal, but it'll probably dump a little before or after that. Let's see. VFriends 0.6. Do you guys know when VCon is? VCon 2002. I don't even know if they've set the date yet. Oh, May 19th to May 22nd. So that's in like a little over a week. I wonder if he's going to make an announcement giving the V Series 2 some sort of like utility. Or maybe they'll just get caught up in, you know, VCon week. So I'm hoping for a pump there. Oh, is it EDC weekend? Oh, I wanted to go to EDC and I just never remembered to book the tickets. Who's going to the Gary V conference? Oh my God, Oni won. On one. Please no. That was such a huge rug, dude. Thank you, U2 Gaming. Do I think ETH value of NFTs will go down if ETH price drops? Well, ETH price has been dropping, and ETH projects have been going down. So, or will NFT ETH values rise like in past bear cycles? So before it used to be when ETH went down, NFTs went up, but now we're seeing like they're going in the same direction. So I think for now it'll probably be going the same direction, depending mostly on the projects, right? Because in this downturn, we've seen art blocks come back. There was a lot of art block sales recently, especially curated. What up, Chris? Oh, I don't do Steppen. That one, I heard it fell a little, because I don't understand how that's sustainable, right? Like, you get paid money to go walk. How does the tokenomics sustain that model, right? So there's 6 billion maximum, 1.2 billion market cap, circulating 600 million. I mean, if you can like time this right, why not? It just doesn't seem very sustainable to me. But it's an interesting idea. So would I hold it as long as I would hold like Bitcoin? Probably not. Okay. Well, hey, it seems like you know the tokenomics. As long as there's some sort of burn mechanism and pressure on both the supply and demand side, then it should be fine. But then again, anything is up for air or up in the air, um, especially when things are crashing like they are now. So it's kind of like, do you de-risk by, getting into economies like STEPN, or do you de-risk by going into cash, right? And I think what we're seeing with the smart money is they're all moving into cash and de-risking, or art blocks, because that's just for like really rich art collectors. So I like three landers, and invisible friends have been pretty steady. So like if those dip a little bit more, I might look to pick up a three landers or an invisible friends. World of Women is also a maybe if it keeps dipping. The other one, oh, NFT Worlds. I've heard a lot of good things about this one. Like, someone was saying that they staked their NFT world, and they're making like a few thousand in passive income. I forgot if it was annually. I'm pretty sure it was annually. I don't think it was like monthly. That would be crazy. So this one also used to be at like above 10 ETH. So if that keeps on dipping a little bit more, could be a good opportunity. Art of Seasons, I think they're gonna mint soon. So this is like a mint pass for Ranga, the Dirty Robot project. MFers, it's always a cute like meme. I think this one is another maybe. Oh, you thought it was Blander? I'm pretty sure it's three lander. Blanders. I mean, hey, we could both be right. I'll call up the artist and see what he says. This one, I just realized something recently. This T-back thing, the guy who does, or the person that does it, also founded Chimpers. And Chimpers is pretty hyped. He is, I'm guessing it's a guy, Timbers. Nounsdow artist, Foundation, Bored Ape, and then their website. So I actually recognize a lot of his art. I didn't realize that this was him. So if you look at Foundation too, last sold for almost 4 ETH, almost 10 ETH, 15 ETH. Yeah, so his shit sells. Pixel artist out of the UK, and joined last February, and has a lot of collectors. Oh look, there's people. So yeah, I completely missed T-Back, but with Chimpers, there was another opportunity to get in on his ecosystem and what he creates. So yeah, so he did mention that T-Back members get whitelisted, but there's so many different chapters here. Like, do they all get whitelist? Because they're also all different prices. Like, do people that hold episode 1 get more mint list spots versus collector's ebook? That's like 1/4 of the price, or sorry, 1/6 of the price. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go like deeper into Discord and figure that out, but that makes a lot more sense because I looked at this before. I don't know if you remember like my previous streams, and I'm like, what is this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Why is it 5 ETH or something? So now it makes sense. CyberKong's 36. Not that, oh, because they only have 1,000. That's why. So another thing I like is when it's got a good ratio of distribution, like a lot of holders, unique holders. That usually helps with a steady volume and floor and all that sort of stuff. Um, I like 8-Bit Me. Seems like a legit team. They're the ones that, I mean, they're doxed. They created the 8-Bit thing way back in, what, early 2000s? And they're just now making NFT. So, and apparently they're like friends with Kevin Rose. So, yeah. Um, oh wait, I just realized I missed some of your comments. Sue, are you talking about Steppen, the Steppen NFT? Hmm. Okay, so I'm guessing that you probably be into gaming stuff for U 2.0 gaming. Um, I think though we're too early for that. Like, I know the metaverse stuff has been really pumped, but if you've actually gone into any of these metaverse things, it's not fun. It's not ready for mass adoption. And frankly, most of the people in the space are not gamers. In fact, I've heard that a lot of actual gamers hate NFTs. So it'll be interesting to see when that divide bridges. Um, yeah, right now it's just a lot of building. I mean, even with other deeds, that's supposed to be the biggest MMORPG game setup, right? They partnered with Animoca, and we've heard zero communication since the mint, but it's kind of like, do people expect them to produce a game in a week? Like that just doesn't happen. These games that kind of create the standard right now have taken years to make and to iterate on and make really good and playable. So, I mean, unless you're just coming out with, I don't know, like a Minecraft compatible thing, that would be NFT worlds, right? You could do NFT worlds, you could look into staking that. If you want more utility, I guess you could look into StepN. The other one that has maybe interesting utility is the something token. They dropped, I think it was last week or a week and a half ago, and you hold it and get discounts from the Americana marketplace, but not much more has been said about that. So it's a bit of a gamble. If you like collecting art, you know, depends on what type. There's generative art, that's usually the art blocks realm. World of Women, they do regular art drops to their holders. I think Proof Collective did one art drop, or maybe a few, under the Grail Proof Collection. What else is there? I mean, it depends on the utility, right? Like, do you want to go and meet your favorite music artists or go to festivals and you look at music NFTs? I actually did a video on that of like all the different utilities, all the different music NFT platforms. Um, but in terms of like metaverse and like gaming and VR headsets and stuff for NFTs, no. Like we are so far from that. Um, this is like the seed round. Um, Cool Pets is very close to minting right now. Okay, well that's kind of like a gamified reveal. Cool Pets is cute. Um, Cryptos is for the culture. Decentraland is metaverse stuff, but I haven't really seen much come from it. I think that's about it. Oh, this is funny. Okay, so Zunks are pumping now, and Azuki's dumping. So I wonder if people now are gonna like try and support his previous three projects that they rugged. Um, Wizards Cult, they came out with a animated series recently. Let me see if I can find it. Forgotten. Here it is. Yeah. The biggest example of like gaming NFTs, I think, is Axie Infinity because they created their own blockchain. And yes, it got hacked, but by volume, they're the largest. Okay, so if you want to be part of like movie collectives and film IP, you can have White Rabbit, that's something by People Pleaser. And then you can have an animated TV series like um, The Forgotten Runes. There's also Eden Horde and the Lunardics. Those are supposedly, backed by some actual TV people. But the other thing is, it's so hard to, one, write a really good show, and then two, sell it, and then three, have it actually get made. Like one of my friends is a screenwriter, and he's like worked on HBO, and he's written tons and tons of shows and scripts, um, and he's like, this just sounds like crowdfunding when you have, setups like this, but he's like, most people don't realize how incredibly hard it is to do all these things. And also the fact that Hollywood is already sitting on tons of great scripts that they've bought the rights to, and they're not producing. Um, it's kind of just like a completely different industry and mindset. But I mean, this is still good experimentation. Don't get me wrong. I think you iterate enough and you're going to come up with something great. Um, yeah. So this one is partnering with Titmouse to develop and produce the show. Oh, also remember Stoner Cats from Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher? They're like actual, professionals in the space, and they couldn't even make a show that took off. But there are flipping opportunities. So, yeah. Everything else is too dead, volume-wise, to even really look at. Um, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much like the state of the market right now. Let's check Twitter real quick to see what more drama, what more updates. You're lost in space, so you're spinning 10. Wait, hang on, what's Azuki at? Oh, 12. Okay, it's still going up. People love controversy. Sometimes they'll just buy the controversy. Oh, dang. Well, this is a threat. We're going to release their identities if they don't tell the truth. Mm-hmm. The space is just full on degens, dude. Gutter Cat Gang. What are they doing? What are they up to? Oh, here's Zach XBT. Um, okay. He thinks there's confusion. What constitutes a rug pull? Summed up as having malicious intent. How do you determine? Soft and hard rugs. Okay, so here we go. In the case of Zagabond, profited over $3 million across 3 projects in a 2-month period. Abandoned just weeks after. 3 projects across different identities and wallets. Did not hand over the socials or contract. From the spaces, his argument stems that everything was promised was delivered. Yeah, so it looks like people are still kind of on the line about it. Like, Yeah. Yeah, I just went through Zach's. Sorry, the chat's a little delayed sometimes. Sorry, guys. Um, so yeah, I don't think Zach is a fan of Zagabond. Um, but it's also kind of like if the project did not promise much to begin with, all right, but then like cutting off communications and just leaving the project, that's a bit of a soft rug. And then taking that money, from the community, ruggy. Um, yeah. So Zach thinks it's probably beneficial for Azuki if he steps down. I wonder if Azuki, if that's what they're gonna do. Um, yeah, it could go one of two ways. It could be like Zagabond stays and then the other team members distance themselves, or vice versa. They transfer the ownerships of the previous projects to those communities. Zagabond steps down, and then the rest of the team takes over. Like, that would be nicer, I think. Yeah, but a lot of negative sentiment around Zagabond at this point. He's kind of like the Cole Ethereum 2.0. So, yeah, that's everything that's happened in the market. If you guys have anything else to add, this is my Twitter. You can tweet at me. Go and follow my profile. Oh my god, did he really? Wait, shut up. I don't even know how to spell his name. Cole Ethereum? I don't even know. Um, that's so crazy. That would actually be really funny. Oh my god, he did. Freaking Cole, dude. Freaking Cole. It's amazing how much influence this guy still has. Still has. But anyways, yeah. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. My actual video will be coming out later this week, likely Thursday or Friday. And yeah, let me know if you guys find anything. I'm hoping to like form more of an alpha group with this NFT stream and just share with each other what we find because the space is so big. But thanks for joining, you guys. Peace.